They found it hidden in caves near the Dead Sea, fragments of a book that was deliberately removed from the Bible over 1,500 years ago. When scholars finally pieced it together and read what was inside, they understood why it had been buried. This is the Book of Jubilees, and it contains names, dates, and details about the fallen angels that were never meant to be revealed. What you're about to hear isn't speculation. It's written in one of the oldest biblical texts ever discovered. A book that was once scripture until someone decided the world wasn't ready for what it contained. This is what they removed from the Bible. The discovery. In 1947, a Bedouin shepherd stumbled upon something extraordinary in the caves of Qumran. Among the Dead Sea Scrolls, buried for 2,000 years, were 15 fragments of a book that had vanished from history. The Book of Jubilees. Early Christians knew this text. It was considered scripture by the Ethiopian Orthodox Church. Jewish communities quoted from it. But by the 4th century, something changed. Church councils met. Decisions were made. And the Book of Jubilees was removed from the biblical canon. The official reason? It was deemed apocryphal, too questionable, too controversial. But when you read what's actually written inside, you begin to understand the real reason it was hidden. Because the Book of Jubilees doesn't just retell Genesis. It reveals what Genesis left out. The names, the numbers, the forbidden knowledge that led to humanity's corruption. And it all begins with the Watchers. The Watchers revealed. Genesis chapter 6 tells us that the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. The Book of Jubilees tells us who they were. In the days before the flood, during the time of Jared, father of Enoch, 200 angels descended from heaven. They came to Mount Hermon, where they made a pact, an oath that would seal their fate forever. These weren't just any angels. They were called the Watchers, divine beings assigned to observe humanity, to guard creation. But something changed. They looked upon the daughters of men and desired them. And in that desire, everything fell apart. The Book of Jubilees names them. Semjaza, their leader. Azazel, the corrupter. Gadreel, who led Eve astray. Penemu, Castasia, Tamiel, 200 angels who abandoned their heavenly posts for earthly pleasures. But it wasn't just lust that condemned them. It was what they taught us. The forbidden knowledge. According to the Book of Jubilees, the Watchers didn't just take human wives. They shared secrets, divine knowledge that humanity was never meant to possess. Azazel taught men how to make weapons of war. Swords, knives, shields, the art of killing. He showed women the use of cosmetics and ornaments, how to beautify themselves, to seduce, to manipulate. Semjaza taught enchantments and root cutting, what we would call sorcery and herbalism. Armoros revealed the breaking of enchantments. Barakiel taught astrology. Kokabeel revealed the constellations. Shazakiel explained the knowledge of clouds, the signs of the earth, sun, and moon. Shamziel taught the signs of the sun. And Serial taught the course of the moon. Heaven's secrets given to earth. Divine wisdom, corrupted by mortal hands. The Watchers believed they were elevating humanity, enlightening us. But what they actually did was unravel the natural order. They gave us knowledge without wisdom, power without restraint, technology without morality. And from their union with human women, something else was born. The Nephilim. The Book of Jubilees describes them as giants. The Nephilim, children of angels and humans, born with supernatural strength and insatiable appetites. They consumed everything: the livestock, the crops, the wildlife. And when that wasn't enough, the text says they turned on humanity itself. Violence spread across the earth like a plague. The knowledge the Watchers had shared was now being used for conquest, for war, for destruction. Creation was unraveling. And that's when God looked down and saw that every inclination of the human heart had become wicked, corrupted by angelic knowledge, dominated by the hybrid offspring of the Watchers. The Book of Jubilees records what happened next. The Watchers were bound, imprisoned in the valleys of the earth, in places of darkness, to await the final judgment. Their Nephilim children were destroyed, doomed to become wandering spirits. what we would later call demons. And humanity? Humanity was cleansed by water. The Great Flood. Only Noah and his family survived, because Noah's bloodline, according to Jubilees, remained pure, untainted by angelic corruption. So why was this book removed from the Bible? The official church councils said it was too detailed, too specific, that it added to Scripture in ways that seemed problematic. But perhaps the real reason runs deeper. The Book of Jubilees doesn't just tell the story of the fallen angels. It provides a timeline, a calendar, specific dates for when these events occurred, names for every angel involved, details about the knowledge they shared and how it corrupted humanity. It removes the mystery, makes it concrete, real, and maybe that's what made church leaders uncomfortable. Because if the watchers were real, if the Nephilim walked the earth, if fallen angels genuinely shared forbidden knowledge with humanity, then we have to ask, what else are we not being told? Closing. The Book of Jubilees sat hidden in caves for 2,000 years, removed from Scripture, buried beneath sand and time. But it was never truly lost. The Ethiopian Orthodox Church still considers it canonical. Scholars still study it. And now, you know what it says. 200 angels fell from heaven. They taught humanity secrets we weren't ready for. They created giants that nearly destroyed us. And they were punished for breaking the boundary between the divine and the mortal. The Book of Jubilees tells this story in detail. Every name, every teaching, every consequence. They removed it from the Bible, but maybe it's time we read it again. Call to action. If this video opened your eyes to something you never knew was hidden, hit that like button and subscribe for more biblical mysteries that were removed from history. What do you think? Was the Book of Jubilees too dangerous to remain in Scripture? Or does it contain truths we need to hear? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I read every single one. And if you want to dive deeper into the fallen angels, check out my next video where we explore Azazel, the fallen angel who taught humanity the art of war. The link will be in the description and on your screen when it got released. Until next time, keep questioning, keep searching, because the truth was never meant to stay buried forever.